We should all know that it's illegal to ride your bike on UK roads, any roads for that matter, after dark without lights. But do you know exactly what lights you need? And what about reflectors? Where do you have to fit them? And when do you have to turn these lights on? Well, when you're out riding your bike at night, obviously we all know it's illegal to ride your bike at night in the UK without lights and reflectors. And would you look at that? Brompton bike on Brompton Lane. Boom. So what was I saying? Yes, if you're unlucky enough to get stopped by the police, provided you've got a white light at the front, a red light at the back, the cop, probably in all seriousness, he's just not going to know the finer details of the lighting regulations. Provided those lights are working, he'll let you go. But is that good enough? Well, I can answer that. It's a resounding no, it's not good enough. To comply, you need a front lamp, at least one, I use two, showing a white light positioned centrally or to the right hand side of the bike. It can be up to 1,500mm from the ground, no more. It has to be aligned towards and visible from the front. If it's capable of emitting a steady light like mine, it must be marked as British standard or an equivalent European standard. If it can only flash, it must be of at least 4 candelas brightness. One candela is about 12 lumens, so you'll have to work out whether yours complies with that. For rear lamps it's very similar, only this time height wise they have to be between 350 and 1,500mm from the ground. As you can see, mine only just scrapes in on that with the rack mounted one. The other one plenty within. Again, if it's capable of emitting a steady light, it has to have British standards or European standard on it. The 4 candelas limit applies to those that can only flash. And this is my new light from Aldi, and it's got a camera, a road safety camera built into it. It's not going to stop you getting knocked off, but it is going to gather evidence against the blighter that knocked you off. More about that later. Lights and reflectors are required on your bike only between sunset and sunrise. They're not required when your bike's stationary or when it's being pushed along the roadside. When they are required, they must be clean and working properly. Reflectors have to be fixed to the rear of your bike and to the front and rear of each pedal. So there's the danger of removing the manufacturer's pedals or a decent flat pedal to put an SPD pedal or something like that on, because they rarely have front and rear reflectors, putting you straight away in breach. And this is the thing that caused me a lot of problem with my accident. In addition to your pedals, the rear reflector, you only need one. It needs to be coloured red and marked up again with British standard or an equivalent EU on it. That has to be centrally fitted or to the right hand side of the bike, and it has to be between 250mm and 900mm from the ground, visible and aligned towards the rear of the bike. There's hardly any bike lamps that have got reflectors on nowadays. As you can see from my video, mine has. But if you want to comply with the law, then it would be sensible to purchase a light that has got one. Unlike other vehicles, pedal bikes are not legally required to light up when conditions of really reduced visibility occur during the daytime, like if it's foggy. Sunset to sunrise, that is the official lighting up time for a cyclist. Drivers have got another 30 minutes. They can start off with the side lights, but they've got 30 minutes grace before they have to put the headlights on until the hours of darkness. We don't benefit from that. Since 1989, you have to put your lights on at the publicised time of sunset. So there's another legal wrangle. It's not worth taking any risks. I'm going to leave you now with some footage of the Bikemate rear bike camera and light from Aldi at £39. I promised you a video on it this week. Well, unfortunately I haven't had time to fully get to grips with it and really evaluate it to tell you honestly what I think of it, but first impressions are pretty excellent. I think visibility wise it is very bright. It's got multiple flashing modes and it's got multiple brightness modes, so you can have it steady, you can have it so that it's flashing, you can have it multi-strobe I think they call it, so there's like 3 different options and 4 different brightnesses, so that's pretty good. It's full HD 1080p recording, built-in battery, comes with a charging cable, comes with various fittings to attach it to your seat post. It's IPX4 splash resistant and it will supposedly work for up to 8 hours camera only and 4 hours camera and light, and they even throw in a 32GB SD card. So I think that's pretty generous of them for the money, considering that the original Fly 6 was 100 quid-ish. I think the current one is about 200 quid, isn't it? Maybe. I'll need to check on that. So I will bring you back in another edition of Stu's Acts and Rides, and we will just cover the Aldi Bikemate camera light. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry if it's been a little bit technical, but I've tried to simplify it as much as possible, and if you have enjoyed it, do consider clicking that subscribe button and the bell notification, because it does really help support the channel and what I'm trying to achieve with it. So thank you everybody, see you again.